Today, I would like to talk about the present and future of Roki Sasaki, and the changes in Shohei Ohtani's home runs. The buzz surrounding pitcher Roki Sasaki shows no signs of slowing down. In Japan, many fans have been commenting on Roki Sasaki, who has recently regained his original form. Regarding the current information that Roki Sasaki is working on increasing his muscle mass, there were some voices expressing concern, while others hoped he would grow naturally without overextending himself. There is no doubt that Roki Sasaki is the next Shohei Ohtani among pitchers. Many Japanese fans who have witnessed Roki Sasaki's pitching firsthand will have no room for doubt that the next Shohei Ohtani as a pitcher is indeed Roki Sasaki. However, some media outlets and journalists, who only know the greatness of his pitching through data and hearsay, have used a great deal of critical language against Roki Sasaki up until now. They argued that he should be developed in the minor leagues, or made absurd comparisons between Roki Sasaki at his current stage and Paul Skeens, attempting to drag Roki Sasaki down through nonsensical comparisons. However, since Roki Sasaki is originally a pitcher with incredibly high potential, he has naturally grown, and he is now displaying a sense of stability. Nevertheless, he is still far from completion, and he remains an unfinished pitcher, as I have previously covered on this program. For Roki Sasaki to become the best pitcher in the world, he is required to clear the following three challenges. The first is the stability to consistently throw 100 miles per hour. Regarding the speed of his fastball, there is still variance, and the instability cannot be denied. It is desired that he develops the ability to throw 100 miles per hour whenever he wants to throw consistently, just like Nick Angelikopoulos. The second is a level of control and precision like that of Yoshinobu Yamamoto. It is essential for him to become able to intentionally throw pitches that paint the absolute corners of the strike zone. He had been struggling greatly with manipulating the slick Major League Baseball ball, but his precision in control began to improve starting from the Angels game in Anaheim. I look forward to his control and precision improving from here on out. The third is pitching philosophy and execution. He needs to acquire the art of suppressing opposing batters based on real-time information that cannot be read through data, such as reading the batter's psychology from their swings and their demeanor in the batter's box. Japanese pitchers in particular have a deep-seated habit of reading the batter's psychology intensely. But Roki Sasaki is still very young, and at present, he has not reached that level. Shohei Ohtani and Yoshinobu Yamamoto can read what pitch the batter is aiming for, or what pitch they are waiting for next based on the batter's swing and gestures. And they can pitch by turning the batter's psychology against them. Roki Sasaki is also required to become able to do this freely. When these three conditions are met, he will surely have become the best pitcher in the world. Naturally, I believe that he can become the best pitcher in the world. He is still developing, and there will be times when he fails. However, he is an excellent pitcher who can learn a great deal from failure and connect it to his next success. I want Roki Sasaki to display his confident pitching to fans all over the world at all times, without fearing failure. Next is the topic of Shohei Ohtani. With the objective of reducing Shohei Ohtani's workload, the Dodgers have given him regular rest days, and we have experienced about 2 Dodgers games in which Shohei Ohtani did not play. In Japan, as one would expect, the reaction is completely different. Between games where Shohei Ohtani plays as a batter and games on his rest days, the people who watch Dodgers games where Shohei Ohtani is absent are either Dodgers fan club members or extremely passionate baseball enthusiasts. I feel that the Dodgers still have not fully grasped the psychology of the Japanese market. But as I stated in the previous broadcast, to solve this problem, it would be ideal if another Japanese major leaguer were present. Even when Ohtani takes a rest day, I would like to pay close attention to the Dodgers' acquisition of a Japanese superstar this off-season. Now, regarding Shohei Ohtani's recent performance. As a pitcher, it is flawless. He has continued to display pitching that everyone can agree with since opening day. Although he has not reached the required innings pitched to qualify, his pitching is clearly something that can aim for the Cy Young Award. I am not worried about his pitching at all. Pitching is an action that initiates from oneself. The play of baseball begins by oneself throwing the ball from atop the mound. And regarding actions that initiate from oneself, there is absolutely nothing to worry about with Shohei Ohtani. He will be able to pitch at his own pace, in the way he envisions, and secure the highest results. On the other hand, regarding batting, it is an action of hitting back a ball thrown by the opposing pitcher. Meaning it is an action initiated by the opponent, which is a highly sophisticated task. The task of hitting back balls thrown by Major League Baseball pitchers is not something that can be done easily. Precisely because of this, Ohtani fell into a long-term batting slump this season. Until his batting recovered, I believe he lost his way and suffered. In addition to his previous attempts, he must have added new endeavors during this period of slump, the likes of which he had never experienced for such a long duration before. When what used to work stops working. In the case of a pitcher, things can go well by correcting the form with reference to the mechanics from past good times. As I mentioned earlier, this is because pitching is an action that initiates from oneself. Because it is a task of throwing the ball at one's own pace and one's own rhythm. There are many points where past form will still be applicable to the present. However, in the case of a batter, it is an action initiated by the opponent to hit back a ball thrown by the opposing pitcher. Therefore, if one tries to return to the batting form from past times when batting statistics were good during a batting slump, it could easily lead to a further worsening of the condition. If the level of current pitchers has risen compared to the past, it means that the batting form from past times when statistics were good cannot cope with them. For that reason, during his recent long-term batting slump, Ohtani must have repeated trial and error numerous times, and must have tried several training methods that he had never attempted before. He must have tried them in actual games as well, and I believe there was no batting style that worked easily. But ultimately, I perceive that it has connected to a form of batting that increases the contact rate through a relaxed swing from a relaxed stance, eliminating unnecessary tension. Right now, the number of strikeouts has decreased, and results are coming out in the form of hits and extra base hits. All that is left is the home runs, but because there are many adjustments to difficult pitches, home runs have not been coming out. As Ohtani himself has commented, when sweet pitches come, we will undoubtedly see the Shohei Ohtani home runs that we are accustomed to seeing from now on. However, I would like to note that it is slightly different from before. Ohtani's new batting is a tension-free batting method that has eliminated stiffness. It is a style of batting that eliminates excess tension from the stance to the swing in the batter's box, attempts to swing compactly, and increases the contact rate to turn even difficult pitches into hits. Therefore, we will probably not see the kind of monumental home runs like the Shohei Ohtani of the past. The Shohei Ohtani of the past swung powerfully and launched home runs. That was precisely why the batted balls for his home runs flew to the far ends of the earth. In his previous batting style, his missed home runs became hits. However, Ohtani's batting, having recovered from the long-term batting slump, is a batting style where the extension of a hit becomes a home run. The home runs we expect from Ohtani, who has mastered this new batting form called the tension-free batting method, are not about distance, but home runs that just clear the fence. I believe that is more rational and better. Increasing the contact rate against balls thrown by the opposing pitcher, reducing the number of strikeouts, hitting difficult pitches for hits, increasing the discipline to choose walks, and sending the ball over the fence only against sweet pitches is what makes sense. As I have stated numerous times on this program, Shohei Ohtani's new hitting method can be described as a batting style where Ichiro and Barry Bonds have become one. As it has no tension, increases the contact rate, decreases strikeouts, and skillfully hits both hits and home runs as appropriate. By raising the contact rate, distance on home runs cannot be expected. However, with Shohei Ohtani's inherent power, a ball struck with the sweet spot of the bat will surely clear the fence. Dynamic home runs will not be seen, but home runs as an extension of a hit will be seen numerous times from now on. Home runs that look like line drives barely clearing the fence might increase. A monumental home run and a home run that barely clears the fence are the same in terms of runs scored. No matter how far you fly it, the number of runs does not change based on the distance. If that is the case, it is wiser to use the tension-free batting method without stiffness that Shohei Ohtani is currently attempting. To increase the contact rate and reduce strikeouts, while mass-producing hits and turning sweet pitches into home runs. I think it is a very professional style of batting. As a pitcher, he continues to pitch with an earned run average of under 1.00. And as a batter, he displays a style of hitting where Ichiro and Barry Bonds have become one. I understand this as the true completion of the new unicorn form. For every single plate appearance of Shohei Ohtani from now on, I want to fully savor his artistic batting. That is all for today. Thank you very much.